Hi there. Okay, so we are reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this episode is called Shade Grenade. So, Shade Grenade, I don't know about the title, y'all. I really don't. Anyway, we open up with Phaedra and Portia, of course, the two besties, always kicking it together. Phaedra is talking to Portia about going to the DNC. And also, while they're there, they're going to be close to Philadelphia, or they're going to be in Philadelphia. And outside of Philly is actually where Apollo is at, and she would like to go and visit Apollo. So, of course, um, Portia's down, and she's like, "Yes, I'm for it. I'll come with you." She's super excited, and Phaedra has some other great things planned, not only to attend the DNC, but to meet with some very prominent people, such as I saw Judge Mathis, I saw Trayvon Martin's brother, a lot of different congressmen and congresswomen, and they had a little meeting there, and they were talking about the next steps because of so many murders that have been occurring with black men and police officers. So it was supposed to be, a very productive type of meeting. So that did transpire, and we saw all of it. Well, not all of it. We saw a bit of it, and it looked like it was productive, and it was really good that they did put that together. So I was glad to see that, of course, with the show, Real Housewives of Hollywood. I'm sorry, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me get it together. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. I'm a mess. Hold on. Okay, Real Housewives of Atlanta. That with all the drama, there's also some time for seriousness and time for great discussions and things of that nature that affect our community. So I was really glad and pleased to see that portion of this episode because some more drama and ratchetness will be coming up soon. So that again, that meeting went really well. Then we have a moment where Kenya and Cynthia are meeting up and they're talking. It seems like they have become pretty good friends. And Kenya and Cynthia are just talking a little bit more um, about, what's going on in their lives right now. So they decide to go to a cake decorating place. I think it's just a bakery, but they do like private little events where you can decorate your own cake. And Kenya is decorating cake for Matt's birthday, and she's also putting together a couple's little event. And Cynthia, she acts like she's a little bit bummed. I just cannot read Cynthia. Look, is Cynthia happy or not happy to be with Peter? Like, come on now. I'm thinking she's not. I'm thinking she is happy. I don't think she cares. Like, that's just what I'm getting from her. I'm not sure. But tell me what y'all get from her. But anyways, so I'm sorry, Kenya is putting together this thing for Matt, and she's making this cake with like a Gucci belt and stuff all on it, and she's gonna purchase him a Gucci belt because he lost his original Gucci belt. So right now they're really not on. They're talking and haven't broken up, but Matt was upset because of a picture that Kenya posted on Instagram. I guess it was a video, and she was sitting next to Jay Z, and it wasn't anything that was revealing. They showed the picture, and it wasn't like a revealing picture. I don't know. He just got upset, and she was saying that he was immature. He didn't know how to handle things, and he had been um, throwing stuff and knocking stuff over and all of that type of stuff. So, as of right that moment, they weren't really on great terms, but she, thought that they would still be spending his birthday together. So she was planning this couple's birthday event where they're going to do an ATV. And so she invited Candy and Todd and then Lena and RL. And I was trying to figure out how Lena was fitting in here because we had been seeing Lena for I think this is the fourth or fifth episode, and we've been seeing Lena I think we've seen Lena about 2 or 3 times. So I was wondering where was she fitting in at? But then I realized that she's the girlfriend of RL. So in the previous episode, we saw Lena in the studio with RL, Block, and then Block's girlfriend. I think it was Chris Kelly is her name. So anywho, so it's gonna be a little couples thing. Turns out though, Matt didn't show because it was a surprise, and he stayed. No, he went to visit his sister for his birthday weekend. Womp womp. So Kenya had her, I think it was her cousin, join her. And so Matt missed out on the couple's birthday celebration thingy. Well, let me see what else happened. Oh, wait, let me back up just a little bit because when Kenya and Cynthia were talking, when they were doing the cake decorating thing, Kenya did this imitation of Sheree that, okay, like I'm not making fun of anybody who stutters because I have people in my family who stutter. So I mean, I'm not making fun of that part. But when Kenya did the imitation of Sheree, it was hilarious. It was spot on. Like Kenya is seriously funny. She is funny. Like I find her very entertaining. Is she annoying as well? Yeah, she's annoying, but at the same token, she's kind of funny. So, all right, moving past that point, we're going to go into Sheree. Speaking of Sheree, Sheree has this conversation with her son Cairo, and as you know, he's off in college, and he was arrested. They called her, and they arrested him. He had been smoking weed, or she says pot. He had been smoking pot, and she's just basically telling him about making better decisions. That doesn't he understand that as a black male, he has some things that are already against him. So he has to be mindful of that and not put himself in these type of situations because anything could go down. They could have called her and said that he was dead, you know, because he wasn't making smart decisions. So try to make smart decisions. And it's kind of sad because we do um, have to speak to our children as African Americans. We have to speak to our children um, most likely a little differently than other people have to, other races, I'm sorry, have to speak to their children about making wise decisions on things that they do, places that they go, people that they hang out with. Um, I mean, just last night, my husband was pulled over and they were trying to detain him, and they said that he fit a description. He's always fit a description, and no lie. Like I'm in Chicago, and when we first started dating, he's like 18, 19. He had braids in his head. I wanted him to get rid of the braids. And it was because I didn't want him to look, in a way, thuggy. I didn't want him to have that fit the description look. But he constantly got pulled over all the time. All the time. It was like once a week. It was ridiculous. So, anywho, I digress. But it is kind of sad that we have to have those special conversations with our children, just to keep them safe. Whether they're male or female. Because my mother and father had the conversations with me, me and my sisters as well as my brothers. Um, but anyway, so she thought that going back to the story, Sheree thought that her conversation was okay, but she thought it would be more effective coming from a male. And so she wanted Bob, which is the father, to talk to Cairo about his behavior and his decisions. And he did. Bob had a really good conversation with his son. And of course, Bob is a playful guy. He made some jokes and things like that. But he also was able to connect with his son, which I liked. He showed his son that he understands about drugs. He understands about all the new types of drugs that are out there. And his son giggled a little bit because he probably was kind of shocked to know that his dad is up on all of that. But sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to be able to connect with your kids so that they are not afraid to talk to you about certain things. And then the son, he did. He opened up and he apologized and he said he wouldn't do that anymore. His father even said, "Look at your mother. Look at me. Why are you talking in your shoes? Talk to us." So that conversation with his father, I thought went well. initially we were kind of like, where is it going? But I think overall, his dad was able to get through to him, so that was good. Another great lesson on this show, on this episode. So, anyways, we're gonna go into Todd and Candy, and they are at the Old Lady Gang restaurant, and it's coming together slowly, but it's coming together. I was just in Atlanta 2 days ago, and I wanted to go by. I didn't know where it was at, so I didn't. But anyway, Peter walks in while they're walking around, and he says it's hellos to Candy and Todd, and then Candy leaves. So Todd and Peter are basically having a conversation as they're walking through, and Peter is basically saying that he didn't believe that Cynthia believed in him fully. Also that they didn't think alike, so their marriage became difficult because it was, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot of working, and Todd is kind of fearing that. That's kind of where him and Candy are headed because Candy, as you know, Candy does. She's involved in a lot of different things, but I'm assuming he is as well. Excuse me, y'all. He is as well, and they have a new baby. They have, all his businesses going on and stuff like that, and they're working together quite a bit. So he just doesn't want to end up in the same predicament as Cynthia and Peter, which is understandable. Peter basically tells him, hey, that was us. Y'all, and it's not going to happen that way, Just make sure that y'all just take y'all time, for each other and that y'all continue. Y'all have a different relationship than me and Cynthia here, basically. So the great thing about that is when they get back home, this is a little bit later on in the episode. They're joking, and they meaning Todd and Candy are joking around. So Candy's like, "Man, you didn't have this outfit on for 3 days. You stank. You need to, change your clothes. You need to bathe." And he's like, "Well, I'm trying to take care of stuff." They had a little smiling moment where they're joking, and then guess who walks in? Guess who walks in? Mama Joyce, the one who's always usually about money, right? Well, she walks in and she has this wonderful surprise for her daughter and son-in-law. Mama Joyce took the baby from them and told them that she has a surprise for them, that she knows that they work hard, and then she says, well, Candy. She knows that at least Candy works hard. And she didn't say that to them, but she was saying that, when she's talking to, I don't know what they call it, like a commentary. But anyway, she has this whole thing set up like this little, I don't want to say sexy thing, but kind of, because she had the sex toys and lube and all that junk up in there, and massage table. It was kind of weird that her mom set it up for them. So they enjoyed that. Now we're going to hop on to Cynthia. So Cynthia and Noelle are looking at homes, and they find this beautiful home, $949,000, 6 bedroom, and the home is, again, it is gorgeous, it's beautiful. And Noelle is like, I'd like to make an offer, which was so cute. And so I think she might be purchasing this home. We're not positive yet, but I think that she might. And then we kind of end on the note of Phaedra leaving, from her meeting in Philadelphia, and actually Portia had to go to Chicago, so she wasn't able to go with Phaedra to go see Apollo. Phaedra is very nervous. She's about 10 miles out from the correctional facility, and someone calls her, I believe it was her assistant, called her and told her that there was a threat that came into the office, that someone had a bomb, a grenade, and Phaedra is kind of freaking out a little bit. She calls her mom, tells her mom, get the kids together, and the mom is like, I have everything on my end, you handle everything on your end. Apollo calls very shortly thereafter, and she's telling him what's going on. And it was kind of weird. I wasn't really sure where it was going because at first I thought, oh, great, bomb threat right before she makes it to the correctional center. Is she not going to go to the correctional center because she's so called freaking out about this bomb threat? That's what I was thinking at first. Like, it seemed like a setup so that she can get out of going to visit Apollo. That's what I thought. But it looks like she actually proceeded to the correctional center. And then Apollo was calling her. She talks to him. She's like, I'm on my way in there. I'll talk to you and I'll see you in a minute. And he was just like, well, I don't know who. Do you know who it could be? You think they have your address? And I was like, that's a weird question. I thought that was kind of odd. But anywho, that was that. And so the grenade, the title of the episode, Shade Grenade. I don't. I didn't really like the title this week. I didn't think it was really fitting because it was so minor and it was at the end and it could have been called something else. I think the highlight of this episode, really, the highlight should have been all the positive stuff, the DNC, the conversation with Cairo. So maybe it could have been something stemmed around that. Like, but anywho, again, nothing really, really exciting this episode. We'll see what's going on next week, and I'll get back with you guys. Let me know what you think. Tell me what y'all feeling about Cynthia. I was feeling like she's okay with being without Peter. Like, really, is she okay with that? I think she is. Comment, like, and subscribe, and of course, let me know if you'd like for me to review any shows. Thank you. Take care.